Hello everybody over there and welcome to Radio Cairo. The government has taken several measures to overcome the electricity shortage. So, energy and sustainable development expert Dr. Anhar Hegazy is talking about such measures.
Increasing the capacity of power system by adding a new power station. The capacity has been almost double. In June 2018, it reached 55,300 megawatts compared to almost 24 megawatts in 2014. Second, there was a great rehabilitation and maintenance effort to increase the capacity of the existing power station. Maintenance actions have saved over 8,000 megawatt, and the conversion of simple cycle to combined cycle has added almost something close to 2,000 megawatts. In addition, energy resources were diversified and a 1,270 megawatt of solar and wind systems were added.
I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
There has been a large number of laws for introducing solar power into households and public installations.
As for renewable energy, there has been a large number of laws and regulations that has been issued to encourage the production of electricity from renewable energy. First, the feed-in tariff in 2014, the first round, and then the second round on 2016 have facilitated that investors can establish their power plant and the sector buy the produced electricity at advantageous prices. And this has resulted for 32 contracts totaling 1,450 megawatts to be installed at the solar park in Bimban, Aswan. The first one of them has been inaugurated mid this year.
And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain.
There should have been a plan of providing governmental buildings with solar power cells that would be used for lighting and cooling purposes.
Also, there is a big industrial facility in Anhar, with one Egyptian who's living in the state, I think, and he has a 4 megawatt capacity producing facility. And there are, Dr. Yahya Bahnas has been producing that since a lot, he was assembling since mid-80s, and he has already sold one part of his company to a United Arab Emirates company, and I can see that they will be seen in the market soon. So it is very important for an organization like the Arab industrialization is to try to catch and cooperate with all the companies that are working on the installation, that they be the main supplier to them, and not to implement a project by themselves unless it is larger project with the governments.
Yo, I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
A factory has been built for producing low-priced solar cells to encourage citizens and investors to use solar power at homes as well as tourist and industrial facilities.
Also, there is a big industrial facility in Anhar, with one Egyptian who's living in the state, I think, and he has a 4 megawatt capacity producing facility. And there are, Dr. Yahya Bahnas has been producing that since a lot, he was assembling since mid-80s, and he has already sold one part of his company to a United Arab Emirates company, and I can see that they will be seen in the market soon. So it is very important for an organization like the Arab industrialization is to try to catch and cooperate with all the companies that are working on the installation, that they be the main supplier to them, okay, and not to implement a project by themselves unless it is larger project with the government.
Despite the great natural potentials Egypt has to produce electricity from solar power, the road is still long for increasing its dependence on this source of energy.
In addition, let me tell you, and it may be announced a month or two, that the Ministry of Electricity has put a detailed plan for the development of solar energy in this country, not only for Egypt, but for the Arab and African region. Anyhow, members of a large committee from different organizations, including the Arab organization, have listened to a presentation that I did on the component of this plan, national plan, which the Supreme Energy Council will discuss it soon. This last piece of information is for you.
Sending big waves, but I can make an explosion.
But for the transmission and the distribution network, cables and the towers, and so it needs a huge program for maintenance, and 37 billion Egyptian pounds were allocated from 5 banks for that rehabilitation. We have a very big country, it needs a lot, okay, and this has been started last year.
Energy and Sustainable Development expert Dr. Anhar Hegazy has clarified the huge efforts exerted to help the nation overcome the electricity shortage during the summer and prevent possible breakdowns in the national grid. From Mohammed Mustafa at the controls and Mona Hosny.